Hello there, I'm Vicki Parfano from Aussie Stampers. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a traveller's notebook insert that I made using 4 sheets of scrapbook paper, and it gives you a 12-page notebook. And I've used black and white paper, and I have a really nice colour scheme that I have planned to decorate the first 2 pages. And this is going to be my January spread. And I don't generally journal every single day. I'd like to, but I just don't seem able to. And I think looking back on things each month is a wonderful way to do it. Now I have some ribbons and some twine, all in the colorways that I'm using. So my color scheme is black and white and powder pink, and I'm bringing in some touches of silver. So I'm bringing in the ink and my re-inkers and a sponge and my marker, and I'm going to do some colouring on that scrapbook paper, as you'll see. So this is the process that I go through when I'm trying to decide what I need to do. I get out my tape runner, I get out all my bits and pieces, I find everything that is in the colourways that I have in my stash that perhaps may suit the project, and then I take out my favourite pieces. So I'm not going to use absolutely everything that you see here, but this is just giving me an idea of what I could use. And it's now a matter of refining it and deciding, well, this looks good, but that looks better, and what can I add? And I love this process with a traveller's notebook because it's a small canvas, so you don't get overwhelmed by trying to do a large scrapbook page. And I use my traveller's notebooks as bullet journals as well. So I have some stickers here that I picked up. I think I got these from a variety store somewhere, but they have a lot of planner stickers in them as well. And a lot of the stickers in here have gold in them, so they're not going to suit my colour scheme, but I do want the calendar. So there was a little calendar sticker in the back that says January 2018. I'm going to nab that and put it into my journal that I'm making. So I have my journaling pens. I'm using Artline 0.4 markers, and I have some nice things that I found in my stash, just bringing a few more things out. I am using the Memories and More card kit in Petal Passion. I'm going to use some of the stickers out of that as well, and this is a good enough idea of what I have, so I'm going to try and get started on something. Now this is an interesting thing I've put together. I have printed this out on my home printer using, I think it was Sky Painter or Sign Painter font, and I've done the months of the year because I'm going to use this powder pink cardstock that I've just put through my home printer in not only my calendar journals but in my planners as well. You can see I have things like YouTube tracker, Instagram, Facebook group, ideas, social, to-do lists, goals, birthdays, wish lists, a habit tracker. We have some home renovation going on. So all of these are going to be titles that I use in my planner. For now I'm going to cut out January, and I'm just going to give that a rough cut with some scissors, just cutting it into a rough kind of rectangle, and I can trim it down later. So I'm creating my own headings. And I love using the coloured paper because it just brings that beautiful powder pink into the spread that I'm doing. Now I want to make a flag, and this paper is really cool because it already has little flag shapes in the end, so you can do perfect flagging on the end of this. I'll bring that in later and use it. And I'm starting to line up the elements on the page and see what will fit, what needs to go, and what I must have on there. There are some really favourite things that I want to put on this page. And I've just gone through my stash and found things that fit in the colourways. And I'm going to bring out that sticker book. And first thing I'm going to commit to is putting the calendar on. And I find once you've committed to one thing on your page, of sticking it down, then it kind of makes the decisions a lot easier. So you then know how much space you have to work with. And it's just a matter of really playing and see what looks good and what doesn't. And this little flag thing with the sequins, it's really giving me some trouble. I can't find anywhere to put it, and I'm not really even liking the colour. It's a little bit too vivid, too much bling, too much brightness. I've already got some silver foil in there. You can see I have a nice silver doily, and I'm not 100% pleased with it, but I'll just hang in there and just keep fiddling around with it until I can find something I like. So I'm backing off that piece that says January with another silver doily. So I think it's time to bring in some more pink because the pink is quite random so far. So I've got the powder pink ink pad and I'm going to use my sponge and I'm going to colour some of the background just in random places, just in the top and bottom corner on this page, just to bring in that lovely colour. I love soft pinks. Soft pinks and soft blues are very trending at the moment, especially against greys and blacks and whites. Oh, they're yummy. And this looks nice. I like it. So now I'm going to take the hard edge off those cards that have come out of the Memories and More pack, and I'm going to just softly sponge the edges with that soft powder pink. Immediately you can see that that's softened the look, and I'll do it with the large one too. And this card here is Simply Perfect. I'm going to use as my journaling card, and I'm going to write down all the things that happened during January that I want to look back on with a lot of pleasure, because we did have a fantastic January. In Australia it's summer and we love being at the beach or on the river or out in our kayaks or hiking or doing all those sorts of summery things that we like to do. And it was a fantastic January, what can I say? It was really good. And we were on holidays for a long part of that too, which made it really nice. Now, I still feel like I might need to do a little bit of changing around. So that January is probably, yes, I think I need to cut a little bit off the top of that. There's too much pink going on there. It just needs to peek out of the top. Ah, that looks better. So just small changes like that. You'll know when it looks right. I'm pretty happy with that. I love that little soft pink bow, and I love the flag that I've made. And I think that's starting to look really good, but I don't like that pink. I'm just going to flick it. Don't want it. I'll find something else to put in instead. I like these really soft pink, sparkly little elements. I'm going to put some of those on. They're lovely. And here I'm going to start adhering. So I'm ready to start using my tape runner and committing to sticking things down. So this is a good stage. When you're ready to commit, I like this. This is when things start to go really fast. Things run smoothly, and because it is scrapping, it's not actually card making, you can be quite rough with your card, with your tape runner there, because all the edges don't have to be perfect. I like that I'm kind of smashing a lot of things in, but I will try and make it as straight as I can. I'll just straighten that one up. You can see I've got a little paper clip on the top of that with an ampersand on it. I found that in my stash and I just really wanted to bring that in. I thought it was cute. Fits in well with the silver theme too. Now that piece of powder pink that I cut off the January sign, I'm actually just tucking that in behind that card. And just make sure it's level. Okay, that's a bit better. And then I just want to distress it a little bit with my fingernails. I don't want it to look too neat and tidy, and because I put some sponging on, that helps give it a little bit of dimension. I think the secret with all of this is layers. If you've got plenty of layers, then it's going to be an interesting page to look at. So I keep layering and then adding a bit more and adding a bit more, and it's more and more interesting as I go along. But having been very strict with my colour scheme, which is sticking to the 3 colours plus the silver accents, I think has really worked. And I want to add some more black. So look, this is perfect. Much better than the pink sequins is this tiny black sequin trim. Oh, that's perfect. Much better. Okay. Now I need to adhere this. So I'm going to bring in some washi tape and just stick that down with washi tape. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls of washi tape in here in black and white. So I can choose lots of different thicknesses and different designs. And this little bow has a self-adhesive dot on the back. And isn't that adorable? Loving it. Okay, now just moving it around, finding where it needs to go before I commit to adhering the whole thing. I love tape runners for this. It just makes the job so fast. Voila. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I feel like there's just a little bit more that needs to be done. So I'll bring these pink sparkly accents in, and they're really soft, soft pink. So I'm putting some of the larger and some of the medium size. And that looks really pretty. I'm happy with how that's looking. Now I'm going to bring in some of the hearts out of this sticker sheet, which is from the Memories and More card pack. And just layer them on around the page, just to bring in something a little bit additional that's not too dimensional. I like that one fits right at the end of the calendar. That's cute. Now I have this gorgeous little rhinestone. I've had this in my stash for ages. So I think what I need to do to adhere this is to use some fine tip glue, which is like Crystal Effects. It will dry really solid. And you know that's not going to go anywhere. You just dab that on the back. And this is just one of the pretty little rhinestones. I think I've had this for a couple of years in my embellishment tin. It's a good way to use up your stash and what you have. And to remember what you have too. I went through all my supplies looking for white, black, powder pink and silver. And if it wasn't any of those colours, I didn't need to look at it. So that's a really thin piece of washi tape, and I just thought, oh, I'll put that on the diagonal just for something different. And then this one's probably a little bit too thick, but I think I'm going to cut it down with some scissors. It's a really thick one, this one. I want to put it on the bottom of the left-hand side there. Now remember, I've already adhered this. I just want it to look like it's stuck down with washi tape. I find that washi doesn't work that well as an adhesive on heavy elements. I love the fact that you can reposition it, and I really do like using it. But you need to have extra glue behind that piece. Yeah, that looks good. Liking that, liking that. Okay, now what can I do next? Oh, maybe another one of those little pink guys. I'll just put him on that side. Yeah, happy, liking it. Now I found this tiny little, tiny minute little library clip in silver. It was in my stash. I thought, oh man, that's cute, I've got to use it. And then I found another paper clip which was an arrow, which matches the paper clip that's an ampersand. So I thought, getting some metal elements on there too. And now it's time to do the journaling. And this journaling card is a grid pattern, so I don't have to worry about writing sideways. Being a lefty, I find that my writing tends to travel down at the end of every sentence, like at the end of every line. So having grid paper is really, really good to keep my handwriting nice and neat. So I've journaled about our January. We spent January enjoying the river life. After our New Year's Eve party, Paul and I had a fun staycation, paddling the kayak, swimming at Swallow Rock, taking trips in the boat, reading, relaxing, spending time together. So I wanted to journal about that. And we watched all the Indiana Jones movies, spent time with friends, and enjoyed family day with the children. It was simply perfect. And I like that last line because it echoes the simply perfect on the card itself. It was simply perfect. We had a fabulous January. It was really great. Very easy to write about when we had so much fun and enjoyed it so much. So I feel like there's just one or two little elements that could be improved here. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm just feeling it's not quite done. I don't want to overdo it. Look at all that lovely shine. It's really pretty. I think it looks lovely, but I just feel there is a little bit of lacking of that powder pink somewhere. So I'm going to bring in my marker and I'm going to draw a line through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday on top of the calendar, and I'm going to colour in the word January just to give that little hint of pink in there. Oh, that looks nice. And where else can I bring in some pink? Maybe this large heart. I'm not going to colour in the whole thing. I want to leave a little bit of white border, but I'm just going to colour sort of roughly inside there. Yes, I'm liking that. We're getting a little bit more balance again. And oh, I just have a really good idea where I can put a drop shadow on the word smile, which is on the right hand page there. Yes, I think I'll do that. I'm going to bring that in and do a drop shadow in that really soft pale pink on the word smile, and that really helps that page pop. And I think that's it. I think that's the final piece done. I think that's it. Yes. Wow, finished. So this is my January journal, and I'll be doing a February spread at the end of February in this same Traveller's Notebook insert. But if you want to come back for the next one, I'm going to be showing you how I do my bullet journaling in an insert that I'll do, which will be made in the same colours, but it'll have plain paper inside of it. I hope you enjoyed that today. Please remember to subscribe, thumbs up, leave me a comment and share it with your friends. Have a wonderful day and thank you for watching.